There's this French author, and he's a presenter as well, called Yan Moi. I think that's how you
Yeah.
pronounce his name. He's 50 years old, and he has said that he couldn't love a woman who is over 50 years old. So he's been mocked loads on social media, rightly so, right?
Mm.
But what do you think about this? Is he a complete idiot for saying this, or is he just saying what loads of men actually think?
No, I don't think loads of men think that. I don't think so. I think a lot of them might do, but I don't think the majority do. It was a really, really stupid thing to say, and as you can see, like the backlash that he's had, is hilarious. I mean, people have sort of seriously, you know, it's been quite funny, the backlash. It's not been completely like, oh my God, you idiot, shut up. It's been quite mocking. They're like just completely taking the absolute piss out of him because he's said an absolutely stupid thing. And but I don't think a lot of guys think like that. Yeah, I mean, let's not compare. I mean, yeah, okay, a 25-year-old body and a 50-year-old body, yes, there's going to be huge differences, but huge differences in mind as well. I mean, you can't compete a 25-year-old mind of a woman and a 50-year-old mind of a woman, right?
And
No.
people that don't know, so he's basically said that he finds the body of a 25-year-old woman much more attractive, and his type is like Asian, like Korean, Chinese women. I mean, let's ignore that fact. Okay, that's his type. Maybe he's got some weird fetish, or maybe that's normal. Maybe that it's okay to have a type. I mean, I personally don't identify with that because I've never had a type. I'm always about the people, but I know people do. Fine. Let's focus on the fact that he said he's more attracted to a 25-year-old's body, right? Now, listen, I actually almost had an argument with my lovely husband about this today because I was like, oh, I'm going to be talking about this. And what do you think about the story? And he was like, well, yeah, it's biology. That's biology because men are always going to be attracted to younger women because they can procreate with them biologically. Because, you know, you're a man, you can father a kid at 70, and that you're always going to be attracted to younger women.
I actually somewhat agree with that. I think that the reason why marketing sells so much is because we put young, very slim women, often white women, out in the media who are then glorified and glamorized for the way that they look. And I think that who you're attracted to I think who you love and who you're attracted to is all based on like the psychology of desire, which can be controlled. You don't think it can be controlled, but because desire can be so strong, it can push you in all kinds of directions where you're kind of sitting in a prison cell thinking, how did I end up there? But I think that the way that large agencies in society that kind of secondary socialize the way that we think is to kind of put out content and images of very young attractive women. Now there are older attractive women, but those kind of images and that kind of attention is never put out there, and you kind of see women who are in the public eye who are older who will always do their very best to make themselves look younger.
Yes, there's a whole industry built on it, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. And I think there's a reason for it. Like, it sells, and there's the kind of money element of it, but I think that there's something kind of biologically related to the way that men think about young women and kind of procreating and beauty and how they match that up in order to kind of continue their bloodline or generations, which they wouldn't see in an older woman. That's not to say I agree with that, but I think that there's something there with older men, and I think both on a psychological level and a physiological level.
Like, let's be clear, we're not talking about like the R. Kelly sicko kind of level here. We're talking about like 14-year-olds. No. We're talking about like, a girl in their 20s having a relationship with an older guy, because the girls in their 20s do that as well, don't they? You will see a lot of guys, and sometimes they are well established, they are rich, and then they get younger girls who are obviously, I don't know, are they looking for like that they could have like a hot 25-year-old, right? like them,
Mm.
but they're going for this sugar daddy because of their lifestyle, the security and stuff. Is that a biological thing as well? I don't know.
Well, they're going for the lifestyle and the like sugar daddies, as you say. They're probably not going for his body. They probably would still prefer, the 25-year-old woman would probably still prefer a younger body than the 50-year-old male body, which is a little bit different. But yeah, what an idiot.
But I do wonder, is there something about security that a 25-year-old potentially wouldn't have, and a 50-year-old might have, and a woman who is in her 50s and is well established and doesn't need the safety and the protection financially or in any other sense from another man because she's well established, but actually a 25-year-old would look at that person and be like, these are the things that I need, or I think I need, and I could easily access that in a 50-year-old who actually wants to be with somebody my age as well.
Yeah.
I started getting really annoyed when I had this conversation with my husband, because he was just like, well, yeah, this is what happens, and it's normal and it's biology. And I was like, I think we should stop talking about this before I actually kill you. I was getting really annoyed because it's like, well, if this is the case, then are women who are older, like 50-year-olds, are they just invisible to guys then? And I'm 40 now, and okay, yeah, I might have got good genes and be looking after myself, but I will be 50 one day, and maybe I will look 50. And it's just not nice to know, is it?
No.
Yeah.
I think on the superficial level, that is, I don't know, it's kind of the norm in Hollywood.
Oh my God, yeah, and Bollywood as well.
And
Even
Bollywood.
Like, there's a lot, because I thought it was just Bollywood, because I know that, like, you have actresses like Anushka Sharma, and she made her film debut with Shah Rukh Khan, who was 20 years older than her, and that was normal, and they always do it. And then Hollywood does the same, because you have got like Scarlett Johansson and these other young actresses being cast with the romantic lead that was twice their age.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an old adage, isn't it? It's been going on for years, basically. So some of the reaction that I watched, just watching bits of daytime TV or just reading the paper, and this backlash from these older women who'd said, actually, you know what, he's got a point, because you do, after 45, this one woman had called in to say, I was watching the Jeremy Vine show, daytime TV, woohoo, who said that, at the age of 45, she feels invisible to all men. And so this, there may be some truth in it, that but then people are saying, oh, but what about J-Lo, and what about Kylie? And yeah, but we don't all look like J-Lo and Kylie.
No.
So
big goings.
There is your average 40, 45, 50-year-old women, so
yeah. But I think what a woman has, like you were saying before, what a woman has at the age of 25 and what a woman has at the age of 50 can be very different. So
mentally,
the physical sense, you're not what you used to be when you were 25. You've got so much more to give. And I think like your energy and your mind is there's a complete shift. And so I think though you might not be attracting a mate via your body, which you might have done when you were 25 or whatever age, but actually you're attracting a different pool of men, and maybe even the right kind of man through the right kinds of ways now. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing if some men are like, oh, I prefer a 25-year-old, fine, do what you need to do. But actually there's a lot of really intelligent, smart, and forward-thinking men that are thinking about having a woman that meets their expectation in so many other ways, other than what her body looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And if you think about the journey a woman would go through, your average woman from the age of 25 through, to 50, that 25 years, she would have met someone, married someone, had children, raised those children, those children leave. That's a massive journey. And, what she would have experienced, what she would have, all the things that you let go of, the self-esteem issues you might have in your 20s, you don't feel sure about anything. And when you're 50, I think even actually when you're, you know, younger than that, you like, you know, 40 to 50, you become so much more sure of yourself.